Lots of beautiful homes here. Some that are brand new and some that are 110 years old, right? And those older homes are great purchases and great investments for a lot of people if they've got the stomach for some of the maintenance and some of the upkeep. But one thing that's sometimes overlooked is the insurance implications for a home that was built maybe 100 years ago, right? You couldn't rebuild a home from 100 years ago, brand new, the same way you could a home that's only 5 years old in a neighborhood. So, how does that impact the insurance? And if I'm a homeowner of one of those homes built in the 1920s or 1930s, uh, what insurance options do I have, and what do I need to know about my coverage?
Yeah, that's a really good question that a lot of people are facing, especially in areas like Heritage Hill or some pockets of East Grand Rapids. And really, there's two different things for that homeowner to consider when it comes to insuring the home. Number one, do they want the home to be rebuilt with the exact same materials, using the exact same construction methods that were used when the home was originally built? So
Okay,
that would be things like true hardwood floors and plaster walls and sometimes rough lumber when it comes to the framing or the supports and field stone for the foundation. A lot of those materials are nearly impossible to obtain today, and the methods that are used to actually implement them in the construction are very, very rare. A lot
right,
of builders don't have that expertise. So if you chose to have that type of coverage for that home, you're going to, as you might imagine, have a very high coverage amount on your policy because it's going to take a lot of money to rebuild it exactly the way it was when it was constructed over 100 years ago. The
got it.
alternative is to say, well, I'm not that concerned about having the stained glass windows and the ornate staircase and all of these unique construction traits that were used back in that time. I just want a 3,000 square foot two-story house with an attached garage. And in that case, you would use what's referred to as functional or the modern equivalent replacement cost. That way, if it was entirely destroyed, the insurance policy is simply going to rebuild a home with the same square footage, same style, same number of bathrooms, that type of thing, rather than having to replicate exactly what types of materials and construction methods were used back in the early 1900s.
Got it. Okay. So if you want to have the true vintage style construction, right, rebuild it as best you can the way it was built 100 years ago, that's going to be much more expensive from a building standpoint, meaning you're going to need more coverage on your home insurance policy, right? The alternative being, okay, who cares about how it was done back then? Let's do it the way it would be done today, which will allow you to choose less coverage on your home insurance policy. Therefore, you're going to pay less on the insurance coverage, of course, because of that coverage difference, right? Very good. Well, if you own a home here in West Michigan, whether it's in Grand Rapids, whether it's outside Grand Rapids, whether it's brand new or 100 years old, if you have questions about your coverage or could use another set of eyes on your insurance plan, we at Boer Insurance Group are